Suppose for everyone who's asking about this book, what was our experience? How did we go about writing a book, and would we recommend anybody else writes the book? I know my answer to that, but
Yeah,
what's yours, sir?
yeah. And actually, this is a topic that I hear a lot, right? Everyone at some point would like to write a book, would like to be able to put their knowledge, their experience, their learnings, their life lessons sometimes in a book. But at least, this is our experience, right? Sometimes people don't feel entitled to do that. Sometimes people are afraid because of the amount of work that is attached to it. I would say, as long as you have some expertise, as long as you've been doing something for a long time, and you've learned, you've suffered, you have a lot of scars, right? Taking those and putting them in a book is going to be value for at least the younger people, right? So that's the whole concept of writing a book. We've been doing automation, AI, and transformation for 20 years. We've learned a lot of stuff. If we put all of that in a book and we give it to the young kids out there, right? You're 20 years old, you read that book. It's basically going to be saving a lot of effort and mistakes to all those people, right? So that should be one of the driver. It's very natural to be willing to share what you've learned, to be able to basically pass knowledge. And my point here is you are fully entitled to write a book as long as you have a lot of scars, and people are going to be happy if you share those in a digestible way, obviously, right? So I would say this is point number one, right?
Yeah, I really like that. Someone once told me everyone's got a book inside of them.
Mhm.
And to your point earlier on, maybe people don't feel like they can write a book or won't be valuable. And we all, as authors, go through that humbling experience of will people be interested or not interested. But trust me, if you have those scars, if you got that experience, people are immensely grateful when you put it down on paper to try and help them. You may worry that some people may critique your book, not in a positive way, in a negative way, and that may or may not happen. OG, you and I have been on social media for a decade. I think throughout that time, maybe 3 or 4 times, people have commented not in a kind or a fair way. Goodness knows what was happening that day in their lives, and that's not a judgment on them, whatever. There is the block button, but again, when you put something out there, you have to take the rough with the smooth as well. So if you're just on social or putting out something for praise, that's possibly not the best starting point. But look, you will have something inside you. There will be knowledge. If you put it into something and you can self-publish like we have done. Now, we have used PR teams, we have used graphic designers, we have used a very unique AI artist, a chap called Mick Master, who is absolutely exceptional at AI art. So we recommend you even look at the book and the accompanying guide for that alone. But we have used copywriters, we have used editors, we have used, goodness, OG, we have an industry behind this book, but it's all doable and you could get a book out there as well. Just do it for the right reasons, do it because you want to give a little bit back. You don't make money out of a book, to be absolutely transparent. The money that's raised for this book will go to a very well-deserving charity as well. So we're not sitting out here to be millionaires from books. If we were, OG, you and I may be struggling a little bit longer and doing another 20 years before that happened. But give your knowledge away and do what we do, which is put the book out, put it up on Amazon. And this book here is available in hardback. So you can buy that, give it to someone, have it on your desk, softback as well if you want a slightly more affordable option. It comes out in Kindle for everyone who wants to look at it in digital. And in the next 8 to 10 weeks, we'll put it out on Audible as well for all of you who want to sit in the gym, go for a walk, or do whatever else to actually get the book in front of you in a way that actually suits you. But the one thing it is, look, there's 20 years of experience, there's 20 years of research here that we've been put into place into this book, so you'll be able to see that whatever you do for a very small amount of money that will go to a very deserving cause, you will save a lot of time, a lot of hassle, and a lot of money that you might otherwise spend and lose by not actually understanding best practices and having to put in the cost and the time and the energy and the research and the money that OG and I have had to put in over the last 20 years in terms of automation and AI and every other aspect, and now generative AI as well. So look, if you get a minute, go write a book. I recommend it. It is a tough process, but it feels so worthwhile at the end. You may not feel that throughout the book, but I'm delighted to be able to work with OG. Him and I work together all the time. I'm more than happy to work with you guys and girls as well. Just come and talk to us if you have a project that you want actually delivered in AI automation, digital and AI workforces. More than happy to do that. We do it all the time, but just give us a bit of notice because we're booked out now months and months in advance. The book is designed to help you save time, save a lot of money. It's a very practical guide. So you can pick it up, you can put it down, you can jump between chapters, you can jump between best practice guides, you can jump between the research that we've seen and produced and created based on real world business cases. You can look at that concept we're talking about, the generative organization. You can talk about, taker, maker, and shaper, and that philosophy as to how to scale up to gain real competitive advantage. If you don't know what you're doing, look, we really recommend buy the book, get in some expertise and some expert help for a small amount of money compared to what you could waste, and a small amount of time compared to how long it will take you to do what we have done over 20 years. We really would recommend it. OG, any final words before
Yeah.
we sign
So
off? Excited.
yeah. So what I want to say is, and this is really how I looked at this, right? There's a lot of things that I keep saying to my clients over and over again because it's value for them. And at some point I said, okay, all those concepts, all those advices that I give to those clients, you hear me saying, be tech agnostic, outcome is king, all these kind of things. It's all in the book. And what we wanted to do here is to take those, things that we keep saying to the client, put them in the book so it serves as a reference, right? And the way the book is structured, you can always go back, jump, and there's a concept here, there's an advice, there's a guide, you can go in it, you can look at it, right? So it's a book that you read more than once. That's what I want to say, right? And to close here, as Kayan said, right? So what we did is, on top of the book, we wrote this ebook that is very interesting because it's giving a lot of examples of how to do proper prompting when using a ChatGPT-like technology, right? So the deal here is, if you want this ebook, on top of the book, here is the game, right? You get the book, you take a picture of yourself with the book, you post it on social network, LinkedIn, for example, and then you tag us, and guess what? We'll send you that ebook for free, right? And that's really the idea here. You understand we are trying to make a bit of noise. We feel this is cool. So the best and coolest picture of yourself with the book will maybe win even a prize. But the point here is do that, post, and we'll send you the ebook, which is by itself a book, right? I think the ebook is even by itself a book now.
Yeah, it starts to get scary, doesn't it? The amount of value that we're actually giving away here. People may never need to hire us ever again. But look, you and I have the same philosophy. If you give away a lot of value, you will gain a lot of value as well. So look, we recommend the book, The A to Z of Generative AI, A Guide to Leveraging AI for Business by Kieran Gilmurray and Olivier Gomez. I wish you every success.